Hey guys, it's your boy Kenny Boulder here with another video on another Warhammer 40k controversy. So, long story short, I discovered a subreddit recently, and this subreddit is actually called Horus Galaxy. Horus Galaxy basically was made in the aftermath of Games Workshop introducing female custodians, and it is a blast. It is actually a blast to look at this stuff because this stuff is insane. These are the people who left, Grim Dank, 40k, 40 lore. They founded their own subreddit, and it's just really a place for them to complain about all their woes and pains of Games Workshop and work culture and complain about stuff. So we're gonna take a deep dive right now, guys. So here we are. This is Horus Galaxy. This is, and 1 month ago, 5.4k members, 26 online, top 9% of the subreddit. I just think it's kind of funny because this is the first post. It's pinned. This is our corner of the 41st millennium where censorship takes a hike. No bans, no filters, just grim, dark glory. It's kind of funny because, for one thing, I just want to say they've banned people already. There's a couple of subreddits already of people getting banned because they don't agree with this. So this is definitely, yeah, people get banned here. Okay. So I think there's a post here right now. I'm gonna find it right now. People are getting banned, and just to give you a bit of, just an overview. This is a subreddit that is supposed to be censorship free, and here are the rules: be respectful. Okay, that's fair. No privacy links. So they're not gonna be, no legal retribution, stuff like that. Blah blah blah. No non-safe for work content by the War Master Horus to create sexual vulgar content posts are unwelcome, as he refuses to indulge in the pursuit of carnal pleasure, thus denying Slash its desires. So this is a Christian subreddit. No heresy, even though literally he is a heretic. He actually is willed by all four chaos gods. No illegal content. No bigotrying, labeling someone racist, sexist, or similar terms. They're unwanted to explore the negative connotations of these individuals. So no labels here, guys. No labels in our censorship-free zone. That's where we're starting right now. No Crusader brigading. I'm going to show you why this is wrong, because they are already crusading and brigading on the subreddit. And divisive identity politics. In this vast expansion of the rule of War Master Horus, excessively divisive posts and comments concerning identity politics are not encouraged. This is a censorship! That's literally censorship! So, censorship is not allowed. But if you talk about identity politics, get the fuck out. like you see the logic of these guys. It makes no sense. It's hypocrite, it's dumb, and it's arbitrary. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I just think that finding the safe space snowflake zone is so funny. And I just want to highlight, it's silly, because Horus, Lupercal, the Primarch of the Sons of Horus, Lunar Wolves, the guy that they're idolizing, he literally kicked out the Horus heresy. And it's ironic that these guys, these 5,000 people in the subreddit, are claiming that they are under a loyalist banner of, we're going to preach and we're going to look at Warhammer 40k as it was intended for only men. We are the loyalists. So these people are masquerading as loyalists under the banner of the arch traitor Horus himself, which I think is pretty funny and ironic. And basically the fact that they're doing this is just, it's ironic. And it's made after a bunch of neckbeards and incels who got kicked off Grimdank for posting Cringe and being upset about female custodies. And they're LARPing as loyalists. And, again, the fans who are dedicated to the fact that Warhammer 40k in their eyes should be only exclusively for men. And then the fact that there's people who are LGBTQ folks who are invading their safe space, who are tourists, it's just funny. It's just ironic that these folks are basically just flipping the script here. You know what I mean? And I love you guys. I really do. You are Warhammer 40k fans, but Horus did a fucking thing called the Horus Heresy. So pretending that you're loyalists and that you're just trying to, you know, a welcome space for those who are unwelcome. It makes no fucking sense. And it's ironic that these guys are using this message because Horus literally lost the Civil War. He lost the Horus heresy. So I guess if it's one thing that the right wing loves to do, it is winning. They love idolizing losers because they're idolizing Horus, they're idolizing Trump, they're idolizing a lot of sad causes that has failed over time. And I just want to say, like, this is just another example of the culture wars. It really is. This is a culture war within a culture war, and at this point, it's a backlash on a backlash. So I guess they love winning, and they love this guy who's lost. And it's funny because, again, they talk about sexual content, no sexual content, and literally one of the main four, chaos gods that empowers and supports Horus and the Chaos Space Marines is literally the god of excess, the god of pleasure. So, kind of funny. All right, some posts. Let's look at the posts. Let's look at the cringe. There's a lot of cringe here. Again. A lot of the stuff is because of this. The female custodies. Homer Simpson. This is one of their memes. About 600 likes already. Grandpa, there are only male custodies on this banner. Grandpa says, I'll be cold and dead in the ground before I recognize female custodies. And it's just like, never give up. Never surrender. Base Grandpa. Abe Simpson Pimpson. And same. And yeah, no, I just want to highlight, this is just dumb. That the fact that most of these people are obsessed with female representation in Warhammer 40k. The fact that you have a different chromosome and that basically women aren't allowed to be in our boys only club when there's so many women factions, so many female characters. In fact, again, we talked about this before in the previous videos, but at one point there were female Space Marines. And there have been female Space Marines. And so I guess the fact that these guys are just going crazy about this is just, this is where we're at, We can't escape this at this point. The reason why they left the fan base, left a lot of the main subreddits is because women are characters that are now in their safe space and now they're losing their mind. So, again, it's silly. Okay, Grandpa, go to bed. Bye, Grandpa. Yeah. All right, next one. Next one is going to be this guy here. He is Lamau. Chase out chuds from 40k Reddits, follow them to new subreddits they make for themselves, complain and cry. These chuds don't really feel safe in their own safe space, which is ironic. And people who will come into the subreddit, they will either ban or restrict you, and they will censor you. So, yeah, no, it's funny because this is supposed to be censorship-free, but clearly there's an agenda. It's hypocritical. It's silly. I mean, people are just going to keep complaining, and they are just feeling left. People who make these posts just feel left out. I hate to say it. It is about them in a way, and they feel left out. So they're trying to highlight that the people who come to the subreddit like me, who are like, this is kind of a joke. Well, I'm going to complain and cry, and apparently I'm a crybaby. So, next one. I think this one's my favorite one. So this is the Grim Reaper with LGBTQ trans flag. And they're knocking on Warhammer 40k after Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Master of the Universe, Star Trek, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dungeons & Dragons, DC, Marvel, Harry Potter, Battletech, and Walt Disney. And this is ridiculous. This is honestly so stupid. The thought process that the Grim Reaper is going around doing this kind of stuff to each of these universes is dumb. Because, let me tell you something. Star Trek has always been about woke culture. Are you fucking stupid? The entire premise of Star Trek is literally unifying all these races, species, genders in the future. And it isn't woke. It's always been woke. Literally one of the highlights of Star Trek breaking down barriers and being progressive and left wing and honestly supportive of other people. They had the first interracial kiss in the 60s. So the idea that woke culture is going to, they have an agenda, they're going down the list, is quite frankly dumb. It is kind of funny. I think it's ironic in a way because, like, again, like again, Marvel and X-Men. Marvel and X-Men are the perfect example of this. Of literally, mutants and people who come together with their unique powers to solve the world with their powers. And they're literally considered freaks. They're shunned by the community. And you can have a case of, like, Magneto being, so upset about this prejudice, he makes his own society of only mutants. And, they want to do some crazy stuff afterwards. But, like, I feel like this post, it's like brain dead. It's so dumb that the woke agenda is not going to Warhammer 40k's work stuff. The culture wars continue. They're coming for you. They're going to knock down the doors and take all of our stuff and leave a trail of blood. Listen, it's always been like this. Warhammer 40k literally is a parody of Margaret Thatcher in the 80s. And these people think that, oh man, no, it's the gay agenda. The gay agenda is coming in and they're going to take... No! This is one of the most anti-religious universes. It periodically makes fun and jokes about religion in the universe itself. The fact that the Warhammer 40k main church, the Church of the God Emperor, Mankind, is literally a parody because the Emperor never wanted a church. He literally said, guys, I'm not a god. And then what happens? The Emperor becomes god worshipping of the Emperor with the Levo Divinitas. So there you go. Parody, parody, parody. This is not new, guys. This is a parody and this is a joke. Next one. The subreddit is a niche within a niche that they refuse to leave us alone. So I just want to say that this idea of being an exclusive safe space, of being, you can't shove down these things because that hurts my feelings, is hypocritical. It is so hypocritical because, again, inclusivity isn't the idea of conquest. We're not shoving down things on your throats. And I think at this point, you're just complaining to complain. So that's all I gotta say. It's just complain to complain, and so what? It doesn't matter that, your female custodies is in my world, etc. It isn't. At this point, all it is just complaining to complain. Because, again, the lore makes sense. The lore supports it. You can inclusive... these are the people that probably be like, hey, why are there going to be black space marines? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It doesn't hurt your immersion. It doesn't hurt your lore. Just because you feel like you're not inclusive and that inclusivity is a bad word, again, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It doesn't affect your enjoyment of the hobby. All right, next one. Brigading. This is an example of brigading. So one of the subreddit rules, no crusader brigading. And yet they post the link of a senior writer of Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2, who is clearly trans, clearly a member of the LGBTQ community. And basically, this is brigading. This is saying, these guys are hypocrites. They're saying in their subreddits, no harassing, no brigading, no crusading, and yet one of these posts here is literally an example of that. So it's silly, like, there you go. Did you see that, guys? Senior writer, Space Marine 2, LGBT flag, brigade, attack, assault, crusader, like, it's hypocritical. They're literally breaking their own rules. And this is an example of the right wing of how they're going to gather their people. They're going to harass folks here just because they say things that they don't like. And they're going to target people who are members of the LGBTQ community who happen to be fans of the Warhammer 40k universe. And that's pretty disgusting, honestly. So that's where we're at right now. So there you go, breaking your own rules. Good job, Horus Galaxy. Way to go. Long live the War Master. Fucking hypocrites, man. I think this is also an example of cringe. So, average grim dank poster. So, I think it's silly. This is just kind of disgusting. This shit's sexist, transphobic, and just cringe. Not much to say about this. I'm sure this person's wonderful. I'm sure if they were a Warhammer 40k fan, that's fine with me. But this is just petty, and it's using this image to get clicks and upvotes. And really, we can just read about these comments. Some of these comments are just the same thing, Ban him, dox him for the joke. Oh, wait, this isn't grim dang. Better censor anything opposing views. Like, these guys are just it's a cheap post. It's a cheap click. It's a cheap upvote. It makes fun of someone. I don't think it's kind of nice. It's pretty messed up, honestly. And it defeats the purpose of the fandom. We use Warhammer 40k to escape reality in a way and to go in other parts of our own fandom, and just harassing people like this, making fun of people's imagery. It's just kind of petty. There's not much else to say than that. Next one is going to be this one. Just why? Why does this have to do with the Mechanicus? So that's the non-binary flag, I believe. Member of the LGBTQ community, and it's kind of funny because the Adeptus Mechanicus is one of the few factions that doesn't really care about sexuality and gender. They speak literally in numbers, in binary, and the fact that these guys are upset that they have a flag and a banner about this is just takes you much. Oh look, 419, almost 420 there, but you have 316 upvotes. So there's a lot of if you sort this by controversial, then look at this. Yeah, are all these comments concerning identity politics? If that's allowed, I guess I'll take my own ethnic flame flag. Blah blah blah. Again, no identity politics, but yet one of their main posts is a flag of the non-binary movement and people being upset about this. So this tells you a lot about this. And I want to highlight that, the Mechanicus literally are cyborgs. They literally don't have reproductive organs. They take them away. They flash clone people, and then those people turn to servitors, and then they're literally just objects. So the fact that people are upset about this is kind of funny and really petty. I can't put in enough words about this. Just because you're non-gender, someone who has LGBTQ means that the Mechanicus is probably the best faction to identify with, because they're literally just robots and machines. And these idiots here have other thoughts, and it's kind of petty. So they're breaking their own rules again. Brand identity politics, talking about this. And they're just complaining because, oh no, these people are taking my hobby and they're ruining my hobby. So we have this continued struggle. So you see that the right wing, the guys who are actual clowns, are gathering here. They're posting 300 comments, and they're hypocrites. Is what I'm trying to say. All right, next one. Oh, this is from Grimdank. So this person was banned. So no, being transgender does not feed Slash. Transitioning gender would make sense if it were a spoiled nobleman woman with too much time and resources on the hands, or a Slanesh cult, fuck off, and this was removed. So they were banned for posting about transgender politics. And again, look at these guys. These innocent people being harmed in their safe space. Isn't that hypocritical? Hey, I'm just calling out, man. Slash sometimes does stuff. It's no. You banned. This is a safe space, guys. We don't ban anything here. This is Horus Galaxy. Everything is free, man. We can do whatever we want. Ban. So, again, it's silly. It's so silly that the fact that we're facing this right now. And I think, in conclusion of this entire wonderful video, this subreddit is literally a cesspool for right-wing folks, people who are part of the culture wars, who are definitely anti-woke, anti-inclusion, anti-LGBTQ. They're just a bunch of salty dudes who want this hobby to be only guys. And literally, it's an echo chamber. Literally, it's an echo chamber of complaining. And they don't even abide by their own rules. They don't care. It's silly. And this isn't going to be a source of memes. This subreddit is only dedicated for cringe posting, for discussion of just hating and bashing on progressive people in the 40k fandom. And if you want a source of memes, go to Grimdank. If you want a discussion of lore, go to 40k lore. Don't go to this place, because this is going to be an eternity of laughing clowns who will circle jerk each other until the end of time. So I just want to say this video is only to bash Horus Galaxy. Horus Galaxy, I think you guys are dumb. I think you guys are cringe. And you're going to lose this culture war. There's way more people on all their subreddits than this petty subreddit. It's just kind of funny to look at this subreddit. And I have a famous quote for you guys, because since you glorify Horus Lupercal. It's from Sigismund, famous Black Templar and Imperial Fist during the Horus Heresy. He said this as he lay dying to Abaddon, the spoiler. You will die as your weakling father died. Soulless, honourless, weeping, ashamed. Later, guys.